Have you ever scrolled through social media and stumbled upon a political post that made you stop and think? Chances are you've encountered the work of someone who understands the digital landscape inside and out. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a figure who harnessed the power of the internet to mobilize a generation, Charlie Kirk. Who exactly is Charlie Kirk? Born in 1993, he's an American conservative activist and media personality. But his story isn't just about politics, it's about a revolutionary approach to communication. Instead of following the traditional path to college, Kirk took a different route. At just 18 years old, he founded Turning Point USA, or TPUSA, from his parents' garage. His mission was simple yet ambitious: to identify, educate, and organize young people to promote the principles of freedom, free markets, and limited government. This wasn't just another student club, it was the beginning of a movement built for the digital age. Imagine this. While most political organizations were still relying on cable news and print media, Kirk saw the future. He recognized that the real battle for hearts and minds was happening on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and yes, right here on YouTube. This is where he truly changed the game. Turning Point USA didn't just post articles, they created memes, short, punchy videos, and shareable graphics that distilled complex conservative ideas into easily digestible content. They spoke the language of the internet. Think about the Professor Watch List, a controversial but widely discussed TPUSA project. It was a website that listed college professors accused of discriminating against conservative students and promoting leftist propaganda. Whether you agreed with it or not, it went viral. It was designed to provoke a reaction, to be shared, debated, and talked about online. This was the core of Kirk's strategy: create content that's not just informative, but also emotionally resonant and highly shareable. He understood that in the social media ecosystem, engagement is currency. A post that gets thousands of likes, shares, and angry comments is a successful post because it dominates the conversation and reaches a massive audience. This approach was incredibly effective. TPUSA grew at a staggering rate, establishing chapters on hundreds of college campuses across the United States. Kirk himself became a prominent voice, a regular on cable news, a host of his own popular radio show and podcast, and a speaker at major conservative events. He brought a youthful energy to the conservative movement, making it feel more modern and accessible to a younger demographic that felt overlooked by traditional political outreach. He proved that you didn't need a legacy media empire to have a massive impact. You just needed a smartphone, a clear message, and a deep understanding of social media algorithms. But as with any public figure who rises quickly, Kirk's journey hasn't been without its share of bumps and controversies. The very tactics that made him successful also drew significant criticism. His aggressive, often confrontational style led to accusations of promoting divisiveness and misinformation. Critics argued that the bite-sized, meme-focused content oversimplified complex issues, sometimes at the expense of accuracy and nuance. For example, TPUSA has faced scrutiny over its funding sources and has been accused of misrepresenting data to fit its narratives. There have been moments where Kirk's own statements sparked widespread debate. His strong opinions on everything from public health measures to American history have made him a lightning rod for controversy. This constant cycle of outrage, both from his supporters against his targets and from his critics against him, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it keeps him and his organization in the spotlight, fueling the engagement machine. On the other hand, it has led some to question the long-term sustainability of a strategy built on conflict. Some former allies have distanced themselves, and the term fall in our title refers to this shifting perception. Not necessarily a loss of influence, but a transition from a universally celebrated young star to a more polarizing and debated figure within the conservative movement itself. So, what can aspiring activists, regardless of their political beliefs, learn from the story of Charlie Kirk? The first lesson is undeniable: know your platform. Kirk's success is a masterclass in tailoring your message to the medium. He didn't try to fit a newspaper op-ed into a tweet. He created content native to each social media platform. The second lesson is the power of brand building. Turning Point USA has a clear, consistent brand identity. From the graphic design to the messaging, you instantly know when you're seeing TPUSA content. This consistency builds recognition and loyalty. However, there's also a cautionary tale here about the potential pitfalls of digital activism. The emphasis on viral moments and online wins can sometimes overshadow the need for substantive, long-term policy change. Building a movement solely on online engagement can be risky if it isn't backed by real-world organization and nuanced policy discussions. The temptation to chase clicks and outrage can lead to a race to the bottom, where thoughtful discourse is replaced by inflammatory rhetoric. The lesson for future activists is to find a balance. Use the power of social media to grab attention and mobilize, but don't forget the hard work of building consensus, engaging in good faith debate, and developing well-researched, practical solutions. Today, Charlie Kirk's impact on young conservatives is undeniable and complex. For many, he is an inspiration, a fearless leader who gave them a voice and a sense of community on campuses and online spaces where they felt marginalized. He made conservatism feel relevant and exciting again for a new generation. Through TPUSA's massive conferences, campus tours, and relentless social media presence, he has created a powerful network and a pipeline for young conservatives to get involved in politics. He's a gateway for many young people into the conservative movement. On the other hand, his specific brand of conservatism has also shaped the movement's direction. His focus on culture war issues and his unwavering populist style have become dominant themes among many young conservatives. This has caused a rift with more traditional or moderate conservatives who worry that the movement is becoming too focused on personality and provocation rather than on enduring principles and policy. The debate continues. Is Kirk's influence a net positive, bringing new energy and people into the fold? Or does his style risk alienating moderates and sacrificing intellectual depth for viral fame? The answer likely depends on who you ask. In conclusion, the story of Charlie Kirk is more than just the story of one activist. It's a reflection of our modern political era. It shows how the digital revolution has permanently changed the rules of political engagement, creating new pathways to influence while also presenting new challenges. Kirk didn't just join the conversation, he changed how the conversation happens. He demonstrated that with a clear vision and a mastery of new media, one young person can indeed build a movement from the ground up and leave a lasting mark on the political landscape. What do you think? Has Charlie Kirk's social media strategy been a positive or negative force in politics? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this deep dive interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next one.